Hey there. This is the beginning of a friend of mine's knife I was making in that spring steel. And the stage we got to is where we made the sort of layout of the knife. And we transfer it to the steel. Glue on. A bit like that. But now we come to the big S word, and the S word is safety. Basically, before you get loose on one of these, you have to think about what bits are flying off of there. So what we're looking at is eye protection. So the very minimum you should be considering is a pair of these. Sorry, battery keeps dying. So definitely have goggles, a better face mask than the nuisance ones, because you're actually breathing in very fine particulates because of the, not only the disc breaking up, but the metal actually flying around as well. Earplugs or ear defenders, and because you're hanging on to that thing as it's vibrating, you don't want the vibration thing called white finger if you're hanging on for too long. So wear a pair of gloves as well, and you're going to get filthy. So get prepared, and hopefully you won't end up in casualty.
Alright, here we go then. To get the profile of the blade, you'd be doing two different processes. One, you'd be cutting the actual shape of the blade out by cutting through the metal, and then you'd be grinding the grinding disc, creating the blade's profile, removing material to get that V shape. Now you use the two different discs differently. Grinding disc is this one. It's got a UFO shape in the middle. Cutting disc is flat and thinner because it wants less surface area, and you use them differently. So I'm not swapping from one disc to another and continually changing the bush sort of disc thing there. I got one grinder for cutting, one grinder for grinding. So all that goes on there is a grinder, all that goes on there is a cutter. Then that way I put the bush back on the right way, and you actually use them, as I say, differently. Cutting disc, you use the edge of the disc because it's thinner. Grinding disc, you use the front face there, like that. So my cutter will be used that way. The grinder, once we're up and running, would be used that way, using the face of it. And obviously there's going to be sparks and showers and grit everywhere. Okay, so we'll get going in a minute. Cheers. One thing I try and do is allow it to hang on rather than drop on the floor. I left it a little bit close there, and then I use a pair of pliers just to remove that last little bit. It's literally more cutting and you get the shape out. So what I managed to do so far is took the corner off, under the handle, took it off under there. I made a start going around the end of the handle that way, but obviously I want to make a point, not everybody's got a grinder. So I'll go back to good old horsepower. If you can pick one of these up, two-handed hacksaw, it is used two-handed. That's how you use it. The power stroke on these is forward. On a frame saw, like a coping saw, or a junior hacksaw, the teeth go back. The stroke is going back. But on this one, two-handed, proper hacksaw, the teeth go forward. So, hold it there. And there's about 4mm into it. Now you can actually keep going. I've actually cut this one out here only with a hacksaw. It can be done. It is exhausting work, but it can be done. And I am about a quarter of the way through. It can be done, but I like it a bit quicker than that. So back on with the gear. Mask. There's goggles, gloves. A lot quicker, isn't it? Fine. Steamed up the goggles a bit. Halfway. Catch you there.